Wow, look at this. The same crystalline structure or translucent structure that are around the moon, Phobos, and every other moon and planet and the sun that I have found. A Japanese probe also found it. And here is. It's nothing, not a UFO, it's that structure. Look at, look, look at the fingernails right there. Look, the same shape of hands. Look, those are fingers. This is crazy, man. Look, the same thing. It just repeat in fractals. That's the sail of the probe. The Japanese probe has a solar sail. That's the sail. Like a sailboat. No, they use the sail for powering the craft. Well, look, that's one of the images they posted. Like I say, these guys that do research, they narrow their mind into this UFO deal. I used to do that, but after I saw The Moon Is Your Worst Nightmare, and I saw when he said, this is not space, well, yes, it is. It's not, but it is. It's outside the lunar surface, but the structures is turned into what we think is a space. When it's really this crystalline structure that surrounds the entire solar system. We're in it. Look at that. Look at the pattern. There's always that of hands. Look. If I am making this up, that shouldn't be like that. Those shapes, fingers and fingernails. Check it out, the camera is having a hard time. Look, that's it right there. See, they look like eyes right there, you can see. And that might be the intention of this deal, but it's not. Like I say, all I found was this shape of hands going this way and going that way. And it's always both ways, up and down, but it repeats and repeats trillions of times. Look, there it is. And then the thing subdivides into other, it's like a fractal. It's just repeat and repeat. It's insane, man. Because these are hands like that. But it's made so perfect that you can put your hands against it and it's exactly like your hand. Look at that right there. See, it looks like a pair of eyes, but when you really look at it, it's not. It is and it's not. It's like it's looking at you, but then when you really objectively look at the images, it's none of that. It looked like it. Look at that. So this guy thinks that's a UFO. This thing right here. They think that's a UFO, but it's not. Look. Because you see two things down there, the two spheres, but you can see the shape of what's there perfectly. I mean, All you have to do is brighten up the image. I mean, as soon as I saw this picture, I knew exactly what that was. I'm not looking for any more of those so-called UFO because they're just not that. Essentially, we have two things here. One is supernatural, which is that, and the other is the so-called aliens. Well, I don't know about that. I haven't seen a single one except images posted by somebody that we cannot even, I mean, you cannot be sure that those were really that or a made up shit to make us believe that. I mean, this subject is becoming, for me, it's becoming weird, man. I mean, more weird than this just alien deals, and because these objects that we see in the atmosphere, they disappear into the sky, and then what? Or they go into space and they go and they vanish into that. So, and what Dr. Bergeron said to me is the only top scientist. And I mean, that man was, I mean, a luminary. See, look how the same shape just keep repeating and repeating and repeating everywhere. Like we're swimming in a structure, matrix-like structure that just keep repeating and repeating, and it's not visible, but except in images, and I don't know, man, this is, like I say, has become a weird deal. I mean, more weird than just alien deal, more like a supernatural and beyond our. You just have to think about this. Why the solar system has only one star. Usually 90% is binary system. This is only one star. It's in an empty arm of the galaxy. The nearest star is Alpha Centauri, and it's 5 light years away. Impossible for us to reach with the rocket craft. So you have to start thinking about and why these structures and this weird deal that, I mean, I don't see any other investigator talking about this. I mean, why? Unless they're blind and they just don't know how to dig images, but I see I'm seeing it and I'm showing it. You call me crazy all you want, but I mean, this is beyond the normal deal that, oh, a UFO and shit. No, this is not a UFO or anything. This is there. In space, it's all over. You can see on the images from the space station, you can see translucent deal extending from the planet Earth into space. You can see them on the space shuttle images. Oh, come on, man. But people just don't pay attention to this. See, it looks like an alien head and shit, but it's not. It's a bunch of tubes and in the shape of, like I say, hands. The only shape that I can see that fits. Like that. Like that. I mean, shit. It's everywhere.